Oh, welcome back. Massive shooting involved teens. Ben Johnson shredded for letting teens take over Chicago. Which, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. He's doing a lot of bullshit and everything. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get into the video. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and get into the video, shall we? Damn Democrats, man. Fucking hell. And Benny Johnson is one of the dumbest motherfuckers ever with Dollar Tree Obama. So let's go ahead and watch the video, shall we?
A ton. And of course it helps you because it helps us keep bringing you these stories every day. Well, y'all, this is Memorial Day weekend, which means summer crime season has started in Chicago. Now, I say that unfortunately, but it has, y'all. And of course there is no end to the reports of all kinds of dastardly deeds out of Chicago this weekend. Now, mind you, this is early Sunday afternoon that I'm recording this, so still another almost full day today and tomorrow to go. And you already have 20 people shot, y'all. 20 people, including one incident in which four teens were shot, 3 of them being girls, y'all. Not only that, but you have just numerous teen takeovers. You have police officers that have been plowed over by cars. And then you have the mayor, the illustrious sub 10% approval rating mayor of Chicago, Brandon Brandy Boy Johnson. He's saying we need restorative justice, y'all. We need to restore people. Now, I'm going to give more of my own opinion about Brandy Boy's policies and political philosophy here coming up. But first, let's take a look at some of these out-of-control teens running cops over and then other people just shooting people in massive numbers. Without further ado, y'all, let's go ahead and get into it.
Oh my God, he just hit a lot of police officers. This car just ran through a whole crowd of Chicago police officers while we're clearing out this block party. Oh my God. Oh my God. This dude right here just ran through a whole crowd of Chicago police officers. This is crazy, dude. Hey, everybody good? What? Where's the rest of my guys? There's 2 more. Oh my God. We got another car getting ready to head this way. CPD is moving out the way. I cannot believe this just happened. You gotta move. I know. Yeah, I got you, yeah. It's more important going on right
now. Now, I don't know if any police officers were harmed there. I haven't seen any reports about that besides this eyewitness video, but there you can see it looks like this happened in the middle of some kind of takeover. There are other takeovers, y'all, but I'm not going to bring you all the videos. Frankly, there are just too many of those to post in one video here. But if you look at the background footage here, it looks like people were dispersing some kind of gas. Was this fire extinguishers or something like that? Dancing on top of police cars, y'all. You already know this is par for the course for Chicago now, isn't it? One of the safest big cities in the country, according to old Brandy Boy, y'all. Do you think you would feel safe with teens taking everything over, jumping on cars, dancing on cars, shooting each other, spraying cops with gas? Does that make you feel like you'd be safe? Yes, you feel you would be safe in that situation? All right, well, let's take a look at this next story, y'all, where teens are outside at 3 o'clock in the morning and getting shot in mass shootings, y'all. How about that? Would you feel safe there?
The victims are between 14 and 18 years old at last check. They're all in good condition here inside of the emergency room. Take a look at this video we have from overnight. You'll see a large response from Chicago police. Multiple ambulances on the scene from the Chicago Fire Department. We're told this happened around 3 o'clock this morning near 25th Place in Washtenaw. Chicago police say officers were in the area when they heard the gunfire. At one point, you'll see police walking out 2 people who appear to be in handcuffs. We know there's a park nearby there. Our cameras captured a lot of young people walking around and yelling in that area in the shooting's aftermath. Police say they found 4 gunshot victims, 3 girls, 1 18-year-old, 2 who are 16 years old. The 4th victim, a boy who is just 14 years old. Police say a male suspect ran off on foot before officers arrived, and early this morning, as early as 4 o'clock this morning, our crews saw a number of large teen gatherings on different parts of the west side. We did reach out to Chicago police this morning to see where they are at in this investigation. They say so far they have no one in custody. I'm reporting from Mount Sinai, Asal Razai, CBS Chicago.
Now, Brandy Boy Johnson says, look, I don't want to violate these teens' constitutional rights. They have a constitutional right. The teens have a constitutional right to group up together, cause chaos, wreak havoc, dance on cars, fight each other.
Fuck that. If they breaking the law, they need to go to jail. 21 fucking people got shot. 21 fucking people got shot in Chicago. Teens are burning the streets, setting stuff on fire, running wild. And this son of a bitch, Benny Johnson, bitch boy, don't want to violate their rights? Fuck that shit. Your job is the mayor of Chicago. Your job is to make sure the laws get enforced. Your job is to make sure everybody is safe. Not playing this, oh, I don't want to violate their rights. Fuck that shit. They out there ruining the streets, doing crime. Lock their asses up, Benny Johnson. Stop being a little pussy.
Shoot each other, and do all the things that's happening in a teen takeover. Now, I'll tell you where Brandy Boy Johnson draws the line, okay? Social media companies should not promote out the teen takeovers. That's not constitutional. But the teens, they have a constitutional right to get out there and do what they're doing.
You mentioned big tech companies here, holding them accountable, especially when it comes to teen takeovers, any kind of street takeovers here. Didn't know if you had an opportunity to see those last two street takeovers that happened, one in Hyde Park, the other one in Hegewisch. Do you feel more needs to be done to not only hold those big tech companies accountable, but also a snap curfew?
Well, here's what we have to do. One, we have to create opportunities for young people. We know that. I just had a roundtable recently with young people from all over the city of Chicago. They have said repeatedly, there's nowhere for them to go inside their neighborhoods or even downtown. And that frustrates young people, right? But we also have to hold them accountable, right? If they work outside of the confines of the law, we have to make sure that they are held accountable. The work that we have to do to hold these big tech companies accountable for the type of the way they spread these events on social media, we're looking at measures that we can take as a city to do just that. But in terms of the work, yes, we have to create more opportunities for young people, and that's why I've increased the budget around youth employment and even year-round positions. I signed an executive order with the Good Kids Mad City Peace Book to create more year-round opportunities to provide restorative justice and behavior and mental health support for young people so that they don't get caught up in that sort of line of despair where they want to do things that are reckless and dangerous. But again, the focus has to be on creating more opportunities and safe spaces for young people as we've done. But there's still more work for us to do.
So that's kind of one of the solutions you're saying, is creating more opportunities for teenagers so they don't get caught up in breaking the law here. Is the snap curfew just completely off the books in your view?
Well, look, first of all, we already have a curfew, right? And implementing that curfew is something that the police department has the authority to do. There are dispersal orders that they can enact that could create safety in the event, large-scale events like that are unsanctioned that happen. And we have to make sure that we're responding constitutionally, right? Right now, under my leadership, we have had to settle multiple cases of police misconduct, and we don't want to take ourselves backwards, where in the midst of us trying to course correct, that we find ourselves in a predicament, much like what we're dealing with right now, where a good portion of our budget is going towards settling police misconduct. And so, again, creating safe space.
Now, y'all, as I promised, I'm going to tell you my take on this. Listen, I've never been arrested in my life. I've never been in handcuffs in my life. And I'm in my mid-40s at this point. Never seen the inside of a jail cell. Never even been down to the police department. on some criminal stuff, not even for a friend, not even looking for somebody else who's in jail, okay? So I would say I'm largely a law-abiding citizen. Never been in any real trouble in my life. But I will say this. If I were a teen, I probably would want to go down to a teen takeover. Now my parents would have never let me out of the house at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. So I wouldn't have been able to go. But I would have wanted to go. I would have wanted to be down there with my friends, my boys, hollering at some girls, seeing the craziness. I wouldn't have participated in the criminality. But I personally, yes, I would have wanted to go and see all of the craziness, even though I wouldn't have been able to because my parents would definitely not have allowed me. So this is my point of telling you this. I think a lot of the teens that go to these teen takeovers, they're just going to be in the environment. They're going to see, they're going to socialize, they're going to do what teens want to do. I mean, listen, the idea of teens sneaking out in the middle of the night, the idea of teens going to parties, going to raves, going to teen meetups, that's nothing new. That's been happening for long, decades and decades. So no, this is not just about restorative justice, because see, what happens is when you get a mass of teens, you can have 300-400 teens. All of them are not going to be committing a crime unless it's a crime for them to be there. That's where the curfew comes in. Because see, you could have 300 teens, and just the fact that they're there, you'll get 20, 30, 40, maybe even 50 of them that start showing out, acting out. People who are truly criminals, right? Truly criminal teens. The rest of them are just onlookers and eggers on. And without the onlookers, without the people who are egging them on, you don't have a takeover, and you don't have a party, and you don't have anything really, because just a few really criminal people, the environment is not created for them to show out and show off unless you have masses of teens. So my point is, listen, the curfew is not just about stopping teens from jumping on cars, because the teens who are doing the crimes likely wouldn't even be there if it weren't for the other teens who are giving them attention, who are helping to create the environment just by their presence. And that's what the curfew is for. The curfew is to signal to all of the teens, including those who just want to be around craziness, which, hey, they're teens. Can you blame them? That's what a lot of teens want. They want to be around some action, right? But the curfew would prevent the environment from developing itself, and therefore the teens who want to get attention, the teens who get out of control when a lot of people are around, if you prevent that environment from developing in the first place, then you don't have a takeover now, do you? So I think that the curfew is not just about stopping the criminals, it's about stopping the environment from creating itself in the first place. And it's also about stopping those who are bystanders, who are just there because they're teens, they're dumb teens, and they want to do something crazy and wild. It's to help them not get hurt as well. I want to know what y'all have to say. When you were a teen, would your parents have let you out? If they didn't let you out, would you have gone anyway? I certainly